It is miserable outside today, which makes it the perfect day to stay inside and do arts and craftsy kind of things. I want to make Christmas art, like pictures. I know people who take down their year-round art and put up Christmas art just for Christmas. I'm not at that level of dedication, but I do want to have some cute little art things to put around. I'm Anna. I have filled my desk with lots of supplies and I'm going to make some cute art. I want to start with this piece of paper. It's just, I don't know, it's like my favorite. When I was going through all my Christmas stuff, my Christmas stash, this was just the piece that, I don't know, I gravitated to the most. It's just a bunch of trees and it fits almost perfectly in this frame that I picked up at Dollarama for $4. I don't know when or why I ever bought it, but it's gonna be perfect for this. I just need to take off this little piece of faux eucalyptus that doesn't even look good on here. All right, let me see if I put this paper on, if the words come through. No, not at all. So I just need to cut down this piece of paper because it is just a bit too big. I need to cut it down and then attach it. By attach, I just mean glue on. All right, see, this already looks good. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to Mod Podge this in place. I want to line the bottom of the picture frame with trees, and I have two options. I either have wire brush trees, these miniature ones, or these little wooden trees. Now, I wish the wire brush trees were a darker color, more of like a hunter green, not this blue sprucey kind of color, but I think their height is better. So I think that's what I'm gonna go with. I mean, these guys are really cute. I would have preferred these guys, but they're just too tiny. The trees are all lined up and they look super cute. Now I want to put something here. I think maybe a word, like if I could have, I don't know, any Christmassy kind of something here. And I did have, I bought these a while ago, but they're these metal little cutouts and it says peace, joy, and believe. I just think that silver, I don't know, the silver doesn't look good. I would rather have something cut out in wood. So that means a little shopping trip for me. Well, I did do several shopping trips and I really struggled to find something that was going to work. But this is what I settled on. It's just a little tiny, I don't know. I know these have a name, I just can't think of it and it doesn't say it on the, it just says botanical wreath, but I know they have a name. I'm just gonna call it a twig wreath. And I tried so many different things, either the wrong size or just didn't look right, but I think this will work. And I have a little bit of just some twill ribbon, just a scrap that I have that I think will match really well. So I'm just gonna make a little bow with this and hot glue everything together. And I think I finally settled on what I think is gonna look good. So maybe I start by taking the tag off. My bow attached to my wreath, and I just have to attach this to my picture frame. And I'm gonna hot glue it in place. I'm quite happy with how that turned out. And it's not just a Christmas picture, it's a winter picture, so I can keep it out for more than just the holidays. And what a simple idea, it's just a frame with some scrapbook paper and embellishments. I made a couple others, like this one here. It's way more whimsical, has a lot of colors, but I mean, so simple. All of this was from the Dollar Tree, except for I think the scrapbook paper. And you can you can definitely make them your own. Like this other one, that's just another winter theme. So whatever happens to suit your style, just grab a frame, scrapbook paper, and embellish. Ooh, let's go make some more art. This project is so simple, you only need 3 things, but it looks so good. Like it just has such an impact for just being 3 things. Oh, and one of the things is a stapler. So really you need 2 things. First, you need a picture frame, something kind of old looking. Like this isn't vintage, it's just like an old picture frame. These sell these a lot around here in thrift stores. And I picked this one at the Goodwill for $3.49, and it could have been like a sticker sale day, so I could have got it for even less, but it's a really nice chunky frame. Now I know it doesn't go with everyone's decor now, it's a bit kind of outdated, but it's still a really nice frame. Then you have to go to the Dollar Tree, Dollarama, I don't remember which one it is. You have to go to the dollar store. Oh, this is Dollar Tree. You have to go to Dollar Tree and get one of these. They're like a bell ornament. The bell actually dings, but it's really cute and inexpensive. So you take this and we're going to just attach it in behind. How cute's that? Seriously, these are just 2 things. Okay, so I'm just gonna take this and staple it to the back. I'm stapling it because I'm afraid that like if I hot glue it, this might be more weight than it can take, but I don't know, you can try that. I'm just going to center it. I'm gonna guesstimate where it goes, and then I'm gonna staple it. But, oh, this is gonna look so good. And let's check it out. I love it. Oh, I have to put this up on a wall. Isn't that so cute? And so easy. It's 2 things and costs less than $5. I love it. Ah, you're cute. All right, let's try something else. You know that classic image? I don't know what the origins are. I don't even know if it's a picture or whatever it is, but it's like a truck. It's usually red and has like a Christmas tree coming out the back, like they just picked up a Christmas tree. Well, that's what I want to do with this. These you can pick up at the Dollar Tree, and they're like paper. They're not wood, they're like condensed paper, but they're still pretty sturdy, and it's a cute truck shape. So I want to recreate that little image too, but I don't want a red truck. They're classically, like usually I see them red, but no. I mean, I like the color red, but not in my decor. So I'm going to do mine black. So I have 2 of these trucks because I'm going to be laying in them because I'm going to put a tree inside. And I also have one of these wood, they say, artist panels. They're from Dollarama for $4.50, but they're really nice. Like it's a nice wood and it stains up, like the edges stain up really nice to look like a frame. So I will be staining the edges, painting the inside, just like something like white, or maybe like white that kind of goes darker so it looks almost like sky going into road, something like that. And then painting my truck black. So a little bit of painting right now. And then I get to have some fun. The stain is dried and I even waxed over it to seal it. So now I'm going to paint the inside. I did say I was going to do white to black, but the truck is black so that it'll just all just blend. So I'm actually going to just do white to gray. So I need to tape off the inside part so I don't, the part that I've already, ooh, this is turning out pretty nice as I'm taking this off. Ooh, okay, but I'm going to tape this side, the part that I've stained, I'm going to tape that off so I can paint just a little more freely. Oh, this looks nice. Not bad. It turned out really good, eh? Like when I took off the tape, it didn't bleed too much. And it has the nice ombre look. It's kind of like a snowy background. Let's see. Okay, that's really cute. Okay, I just wanted to mention also with my little front truck, I did take it outside and spray paint it really quick. I gave it just, because I did originally just paint it with black flat acrylic paint, but this kind of has a little, it's just a spray paint with a little bit of metallic in it. So it's, I don't know, just makes, I don't know if you can see it all on the camera, but it gives it just a little shimmer, kind of more like a metal vehicle, but it's really cute. So I need to put my back truck on, but I am going to put this on the bottom. So I'm going to have this at the base, and then I'm going to have my vehicle, my little truck, right on top. But I don't really like this in red. I mean, I could keep it, but it would be the only thing that's red. So I am going to take off the sticker, or it might be painted. Either way, I'm going to paint the whole thing white, make a little cute saying with my Cricut, put it on here, maybe paint it, maybe just stick it on, and then have this sitting here, my truck above it, and then I need to make a little Christmas tree. So first thing is figuring out how everything is going to line up, which I guess requires a little bit of measuring, and then gluing on the back truck and making sure it's really nice and secure, and then going and making myself a coffee while this dries, and then continuing on. But I'm really loving how this is turning out. So I just have some good old school glue, and I'm just going to glue it on. To make my tree in the back of the truck, I just cut off some pieces of garland, like a big garland that I had. So I have 2 pieces here, and I'm just going to hot glue them in place. Now that the wood block is dry, I can add my stencil. Truck's done, the sign is done, and so I can start like last steps. I just have to assemble everything. My first thing is going to be to attach the sign. I want to attach a sign before the truck. I just feel like it'll be better that way. And I'm just going to use wood glue. Now I'm going to let the sign dry before I add the truck. And the truck, I'm going to be using these little wood blocks to kind of offset it, because I don't want to squish the tree too much, and I want to give it like a bit of a 3D effect. So I'll be placing my little wood blocks in like strategic places that I think will help with support. And I'm just going to be gluing everything with wood glue. I don't think I need to paint my wood blocks black. I don't think they'll be seen. But I'm just kind of spacing it where I think I'm going to need them. And I'd love one up here, but that's too thin. I think that's good. And here comes the truck. It's done! I mean, once it's dry, it's done, but it's done! I was drawn to this picture online, and I just loved the warmth and the festive feel. So I decided to give it a go myself, and I painted this, which turned out not too bad, considering I didn't take any art classes ever, not even in school. Instead, I took like physics, which I was terrible at and had zero interest in. I don't know. So I am impressed that I could do this. Physics didn't help at all, by the way. And I want to recreate this again, but I want to do it my own way with colors that are more my vibe. So that means gray. Yeah, gray, white, pretty much my colors. And I have this way bigger canvas. So I want to, instead of looking like a festive party indoor scenes, I want to make it more like a snowy kind of outdoor winter theme. So let's get started. So let's open this up. This is from Dollarama and it cost $4.75, in case you're wondering. It's not as thick as the ones you can get from Michael's, but I'm not an artist, so this is what I think is good for me. First thing I'm going to do is tape off my tree. I just want to make a shape of a tree. Pretty much, I'm going to make a triangle somewhere on this canvas. Now this one, I made it too wide, like it's kind of like a big chunky tree, and I think it'll look better if it's a more narrow tree. So that's what I'm going to start with. I just have painter's tape, and I'm going to make a triangle. All right, let's play around with how wide we can go. Okay, I think I'm happy with this. I'm just gonna cut off the bottoms down here. Now I can start to paint. I'm going to be using acrylic paints. I'm going to aim for an ombre effect, starting darker at the bottom, kind of like the ground, and then going lighter all the way to white, so it looks kind of like the sky. So I'm going to start with, I guess, black, and then just different grays, and I might throw in a tiny drop of blue just to almost add a pop of color. So let's do this on hyperlapse. It's definitely ombre-ish. It might need a little more paint. I think some spots are a little bit bare, but I would just want to let it dry and then add some more colors and wash my hands because wow, I got paint all over me. But I just want to, I'm just going to let it dry and then check up on it and then move on. And I didn't need physics for this. I did go over the canvas once more just to cut. There were some spots that I could see the white of the canvas coming through. So I did go over once more with a little bit more of the ombre look. And it's dry, so that means we don't need the tape anymore. And here's the tree. This is what I'm going to paint next. I picked a different gray that I haven't used in any of the ombres, and that's what I'm going to paint my tree. But I want the middle of the tree to look darker and the outside of the tree to look lighter. Just give some depth to the painting so it's not just flat. So first, what I'm going to do is just paint the whole thing in this neutral gray, it's called, picked it up at Michael's. And then I'm going to add a little bit of dark, like maybe just another darker gray in the middle, and then a little bit of white on the sides. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't need to blend really well because it's going to be all covered with little dots. So let's just paint this. The original painting, even the one that I did, has like a yellow glow, like a little haze around the tree. It's like the Christmas lights are kind of glowing. And I don't think that will work on mine. Like having like a yellow haze won't be right, but I want to do a white, just like so it looks like, and do a little bit of like white dusting around. So it looks like there's snow blowing around the tree or snow blowing off the tree. So I'm going to be starting with white, and then I have my super light gray, which, not that light, but it's the lightest gray I have. And then I have this Sand Dollar. It's a really old paint, but it's a really light, creamy gray color. So that was my last resort. But I'm gonna start with white and almost like dry brushing, just kind of like, I don't know, adding some snow flurries around the tree. I think it'll just give it like a better dimension. I don't know. It just looked cool in the picture. I'm gonna try something similar. Because remember, I'm not an artist, but it's fun. So I've dabbed into the lid and I'm just kind of wiping it all off my brush. And then I'm gonna start on the white part up here. I'm gonna start here. now I'm adding a little bit of the gray. Just gonna keep adding layers. When I did the original picture, I did all, like when I did the one with the yellow, I did a lot of colors, like a lot of layering until I finally got what I like. So that might be what happens here. Right now, I'm going with the gray. Now I'm just adding the white back in. So just lots of layering until I like it. Which this might take hours until I finally like it. This part is done-ish. It's not dry yet, so I don't know if I totally love it. And if I need to add more, like if I want to make it darker or lighter, I can still do that. But while it's drying, I'm just gonna move on to the next step, which is adding my biggest little snowballs or snow ornaments. And I'm totally making this one up because I'm taking an indoor scene and kind of making it outdoor, but that's what I'm doing now. But here we go. Okay, for the larger, because you put down ornaments and you're going to put larger ones first and then keep making them smaller and smaller. So for my first ornaments, I use a paintbrush and I use one that is a 1/4 inch. And I'm just gonna dip it in paint and make little circles. They don't have to be perfect because they get covered up. And the only thing that I do know that I have to do is keep the darker ornaments in the middle. So I'm gonna do like blacks and dark grays in the middle and then go lighter kind of as I work outward. So I'm still gonna mix, like there still might be like a white one in the middle, but I'm gonna concentrate the darkest ornaments in the middle. So let's start with black. There's no like precision here, which is great. Anyone can do this. I'm just gonna dab and just make like a little circle. Circle-ish. There, circle. And then I'm just gonna make a bunch of them. Okay, and now I'm gonna change to a darker gray. There's not even really a point to washing your paintbrush right now, because it's okay if you mix your colors. And now I'm gonna go slightly lighter. And that's pretty much what I'm just gonna do. Just keep going lighter and lighter. And I have tons of different grays. It's like the 50 shades of pretty painting gray. I am done as much as I can go right now. And okay, I know like you're looking at this and you're thinking, wow, that poor tree needs to be cut down. It's got a terrible disease. Or maybe this was like a child project and the lights went out while they were painting. But no, promise, it's going to look good. This is just the base coat. And it's just a bunch of little dots that look more like blobs because they're like supposed to be out of focus, right? It's from a distance, right? You're buying this, right? And I promise, from a distance, it does look good. Like maybe from like across the room, like maybe over there, or maybe like across the street. It does look good. And the more layers I add, the better look. But I want to show you how many paints I've used. It's all of these. And when I look at the painting, it looks like really I've only used like 5 colors, but I've used like over a dozen, I think. It's a lot of paint to get to this point. But I'm going to let this dry and then keep adding layers of the exact same colors, just layers and layers. I left the painting to completely dry and we can move on to the next step, which is adding the little dots, like the little dots. So I just have the paintbrushes that I was using to paint and I'm going to be using the opposite ends. So I'm going to start with this bigger one, like the biggest one I have, and I'm just going to dip it into the paint and start adding dots. And I'm going to be doing the same thing, like kind of focusing on the darkest ones in the middle, and then the middle shade ones will go everywhere, and then the whites and creams will go on the edges. And again, you don't have to be like really precise. You just dab away, and you do use like it's a lot of dabbing. Like it'll take you a while. And then sometimes what I end up, like with the other one, what I did was I stopped, let it dry, and then came back because I was noticing that I was dabbing colors on top of other colors and just like kind of blending them. So if I have to do that here, that's fine because I'll just go do something else. But yeah, so just lots of little dots, and I'm going to start again with my darkest color and then move on to the lighter. And then once I'm done with the big brush, I just switch over to the little brush. So, dot time. It's so easy. Like this whole painting is really just circles and stripes. Do all your stripes this way, paint your tree, and then just add dots. That's pretty much like the extent of my paint abilities. All right, now I'm switching out to my thin brush. You can get an even thinner one, and I'm going to add a bunch of dots. You can just stop here. I mean, this looks great, but I just want to add just a little more dots, and I want to add some more on the peripheral of the tree, around the tree. That's just what I want to do. But instead of starting with the dark and going to the light, I'm actually going to start with all the middle colors. I'm just going to spread them all evenly, because that's what I've been doing is all the medium shade colors I've been putting across the entire tree, and then just keeping the dark colors in the middle mostly, and then the light ones on the outsides. So right now I'm going to take my medium color, which is like just like a medium gray, and I'm going to do dots everywhere. It's not hard, it's just a lot of dots. I really like the look when you go over like a part of another dot. It just gives it like a nice, I don't know, it just looks cool. I don't know, it gives it some depth. It's like right here, I'm gonna cover over a bit of that white. Ooh, I know it's not that exciting, but I really like how it looks. And there's no like right or wrong space to put a dot. And so many times I actually end up putting dots right on top of other dots, but it still looks good. So you don't have to worry about being like precise. There's no precision in this. It's just dots. And every now and then you can step back and take a look to see if like one area needs a certain color a little bit more, or maybe you don't have enough black, or maybe you have too much black and you need more of the lighter colors. But other than that, it's just really what you think looks good. And a whole lot of dots. A million happy little dots later and I'm done. The problem is, if you stay here, you'll just keep adding more and more dots. But I think I'm happy. Actually, I'm looking right now, I'm going, oh, maybe I need some on top. But I'm just going to let it dry, and then tomorrow's the last step. I just have to seal it. My painting's all done, and I have to say, I'm kind of impressed. It turned out like really good, way better than I thought. And on that surprise, it brings us to the end of this video. I hope you found some inspiration for your own DIY Christmas art. And if you did, remember to like, share, and subscribe. And happy crafting, happy decorating, and I'll see you soon with another project. Bye! It's so simple that I actually missed. Oh my goodness. How do I keep missing it? Seriously, it's a stapler. Do we have volume? Yeah, okay, wow. I don't know why I say we, it's me by myself. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, share, no. I'm gonna restart it because poor Ralph.